So I met a 35-year-old that was worth $30 million. And 4 years ago, he was worth nothing. Now, this video isn't scripted. This is me just chatting with you. I want to tell you the story, and I want to tell you the lessons that I learned from flying over for 16 days, spending time having long, long dinners. And honestly, neither of us really drank alcohol at all. We don't drink. So it was 4 hours of focused conversation, and I wanted to share that with you. Now, basically, one of the most important things that he taught me, and this, I'm going to go straight to the point, because as I said, it's not scripted, I'm just chatting with you here. He said to me that the most important thing that you can do, this is where everybody gets it wrong, especially in the online space. The most important thing you can do is to sell essential services. Essential services. He gave me this example. Think about an e-commerce company. An e-commerce company sells a product, or any product company. They sell a product. They then have to get the product to the customer in order to get paid, right? If they don't get the product to them, they're not getting paid, or they're getting refunded and such. So to do that, they have to have a shipping label, because they've got to use FedEx, UPS, etc. They have to have a shipping label. There are companies out there that simply provide shipping labels for all the carriers and provide the best rates, right? They're just the arbitrage. Now, the shipping labels are low cost, but at volume, it stacks up. He told me he spends $15,000 per month just on a little piece of paper, a little shipping label, right? 15 grand a month just on labels. That's it. So basically the point of this is that it's an essential service. They have to order it. They're not looking for the best shipping label. They're not even looking for the cheapest. They want consistency of service. They need it every time. It's more inconvenient to order from different vendors, so they just keep ordering from the same one. This is the key. The online space does not work like this, and this is where everybody gets it wrong, and these are the changes that I've made. In our world, recurring revenue typically means subscriptions, right? Repeat payments. Well, in his industry, he has a repeat order rate, and I've seen the statistics of 88% with no subscriptions. So the customer has to actually order in order to order again. No subscriptions. Yet it's so in demand, they have to keep coming back. And it got me thinking, I thought, why does the marketing industry, the software industry, why don't we operate like this? Why do we try and sell shiny things? Why do we try to do that? What if we took the lessons we can learn from these core businesses and implement them into the online space? And that's exactly what I did. And it worked really, really well. So what we did, this is where we have taken the business, and this is where we're going to continue pushing down this line. And I encourage you to do the very same. What we do is we're taking a lot of AI services. Now, everybody tries to sell the excitement of AI. Not us. That's not what we're doing. We're taking things like AI employees. Again, everybody tries to sell, they'll close calls for you, they'll close leads, they'll get you leads. I think that's all wrong. I think that's going to get you a client for 2-3 months, then disappear, just like every other, like SEO and such, right? What we're doing is we're identifying essential problems in businesses. So for example, the printing market. The printing market have big, big problems where they want to have a nice, flawless system where they can just take an order and then print the order and ship it. That's what they want to do. But the reason they can't do that is because they have so many problems with file resolutions, customers uploading copyrighted graphics and things like that, or like the resolution is just so poor, or the image won't come out right on the paper, and their choice is either they send it back or they do it and it prints poorly and the customer complains, etc., or they reprint and it costs their margins gone. It's a bit of a problem, right? So most people think they'll get AI to call prospects, cold call or whatever. Outbound was the most exciting thing, right? No. What we're doing is we're building AI employees to solve these bottlenecks. So customers can come into the printing industry, for example, and upload the documents, and the AI can actually analyze it. The AI can take that problem and solve it for them. So all of a sudden, they're not bogged down with customer service, having to send files back and forth and check them. They can just take orders all the time. It's seamless, integrated into their business. It basically intercepts the order before the printer even gets it. That's the beauty of it. So they can basically just take all these orders. They're not spending that time in customer service. They're not having to reprint. They can take on more orders, all because they've got an AI employee. that's the reality. So what we've done is we're building 26 different AI employees, 26 different niches, solving these core problems. And then instead of charging thousands for them, we're selling them to those businesses for a smaller, much smaller monthly fee, like $300 a month, right? And stacking them up. Why? Because once they know life with these systems, they never want to go back, because it's painful, right? They don't want, in the printing space, they don't want all those emails again. They don't want to go back to having to go back and forth, or reprints, or their margin disappearing, or whatever the case is, because the customer uploaded a picture of like Superman or something, right? That's what happens. They don't want to go back to that life. So what does that mean? They never cancel. Now, it's not a glamorous service, so they're not shopping around looking for the best thing ever. They just want to forget the problem even existed. It just sits behind the scenes automatically. And that's exactly what we're doing. So it's an essential service. The demand is already there. The orders are already flowing. I want to intercept those orders before they get to the client, fix the problems, send it to them, right? Seamless service. It's a beautiful, beautiful system. It's kind of like how Uber Eats intercepted the traveling to the restaurant part to pick up the food to take out. They intercepted that, right? Before it got to the customer and solved the problem. That's exactly what we're doing. That's exactly how we do it. So just food for thought. I wanted to share that thought. I will share more of these sorts of things that I've learned from this trip, and let you know what I'm learning and what I'm doing and what I'm changing. But that's a big one, and it's worked really, really well. And it sells very, 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 very well as well, because the demand is already there. We're not creating demand. The demand already exists. We're just servicing the demand. So food for thought. Think about AI employees in a slightly different light, and you'll be on your way to a winner.